Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Savo. What is the connection between Parshas Bikkurim at the beginning of Savo and the Parsha of Zechiras Mechias Amalek at the end of Kitzetzeh? R Chaim Kaniesky says that in Perek Chaf Vav Pasuk Hey, it says Arami Ovaid Avi Vayered Mitzrayima as part of what's called the vidoy of the Bikkurim process. We're supposed to say that the Aramean, which most interpret it as Lavan, wanted to destroy my fathers. They went down to Egypt. Kanievsky asks, where do we see that Lavan wanted to destroy all the Bnei Yisrael? And what is the connection between that and the going down of Egypt? So Kanievsky in his Taamei D'kra says that when Yaakov was returning after his sojourn with Lavan, Lavan sent messengers to reach Esav and tell Esav that Yaakov was coming. I want you to kill him. And Esav was willing to do that, except for his wives. Esav's wives told him, don't do that, because if you do that, then our children will have to be the ones who fulfill the contract of that we will be servants in a foreign land. So therefore, Esav said, all right, I'm going to wait till Yaakov and his children come out of Egypt. And he commanded his grandson, Amalek, to wait. And when the Jews leave Egypt, that he would attack them and try to kill them. So I think with this in mind, we could understand the connection between the Parshas of Bikkurim and the Parshas of Amalek. Although most commentators say that when it says Asher karcha b'derech, that when Amalek happened to meet upon the Bnei Yisrael, or as Rashi says, Lashon Mikra means something that happened by chance, Amalek's attack, like so many other terrorist attacks and enemy attacks against the Jews, were pre-planned, and they were just looking for a pretext and made to look as if it happened, that it was random and unplanned. Rav Shamshon Rafal Hirsch explains that the pasuk could mean as unexpected or unprovoked from the Jewish perspective, but from Amalek, they had planned it all along. The Amaleki had literally waited generations for the chance to strike the Bnei Yisrael and reject Hashem's power. Rashi's third and presumably preferred interpretation of Asher Kracha is Lashon of Kar v'chom, cold and hot, to rephrase Rashi's parable about someone who jumps into a boiling hot bathtub in order to cool it down for others, even though he gets burned. So the Amaleki, they were suicide or homicide bombers that were willing to sacrifice themselves in order to harm the Jews and remove their aura of invincibility. And by this action, they would also be fulfilling the commandment of and the desire of Esav and Lavan. This opportunity came because it was in Refidim, because as Midrash says, or the interpretations say that Refidim is Rafu Yadeham, that they weakened their hands in the learning of Torah. And because of this, the Jews became vulnerable to Amalek's attack. With less than 2 weeks till Rosh Hashanah, the day of judgment. And then it's waited until the final judgment of Yom Kippur. Let us learn the lesson from our enemies, that when they attacked, that we should strengthen our hands in the learning of Torah and in the observance of mitzvahs, as well as doing tshuva, repenting and coming closer to Hashem, so that we may be zocheh in this year's judgment, that what we have been waiting for generations will come soon, and that is the bringing of the Mashiach Tzidkenu. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.